Earlier today, I was doing what I do every day, watching slop on YouTube. I was kind of mindlessly watching until I saw this video come up. It's by Prism, and if you watch Minecraft at all on YouTube, you've probably seen this guy's videos, but what he said really put me off. The general thesis of the video is that once you kill the Ender Dragon, well, there isn't anything left to do. Your SMP will die, and there isn't really anything left to do in the world. Yeah, this is wrong on so many levels. What were you thinking? First of all, don't take this video all too seriously. This is just blocking philosophy after all, and there's no reason for all two of my fans to go after this guy. But I do want to deconstruct the video because he makes some pretty bad takes on the game. The first part is that he argues that when you beat the dragon, the game feels finished, and to be fair, I can see why a lot of the player base would feel this way. You go to the end, and you fight the Ender Dragon. Mojang is telling you this is the end of the game, which is a direct lie. Something that I realized about the Minecraft player base, and in fact a lot of people that play video games in general, is that they believe that Minecraft is primarily a survival game. What you have to understand about Minecraft is that it's a sandbox survival game. If you play Minecraft for those survival elements, that's great and there's nothing wrong about that, but Minecraft is specifically designed as a sandbox game primarily, not a survival game. So if you look at the game on its survival merits alone, it does fall off. When a game is primarily designed as a sandbox game, you choose what you want to do. That's the essence of a sandbox game. The Ender Dragon is definitely something you can do, but despite how much the game tells you this is the end, it's not the end. This is kind of jumping ahead to the point Prism makes towards the end of the video, but he says,
as long as the Ender Dragon is alive, the world feels unfinished. There's always something looming and a reason to keep playing. Once you kill the dragon, you don't just beat Minecraft, you end your 2-week Minecraft phase.
And all I have to say to that is, no? Just because the Ender Dragon is dead doesn't mean you can't do any of the other stuff. It's not like when you beat the Ender Dragon, you're just locked out of your save file. In fact, it's easier to do all the other stuff because you will have the Elytra getting everywhere and doing everything that Minecraft has to offer in terms of structures and collectibles. Let's take a look at the All Advancement speedrun, or AA for short. That's a bit of slang for you. This category showcases by far everything that you can do in Minecraft outside of player creativity. The run really only starts once you beat the dragon and get the Elytra, and that's when completing the advancements of the game becomes more feasible. The game doesn't just end with the dragon, there's still more stuff to do, and this is just the stuff that Mojang suggests that you do. This doesn't take into account stuff like building a house or any of the other creative endeavors that you can choose to do for yourself. In more of the middle section of the video, Prism believes that when the dragon is slain, your SMP will fall off.
Feels finished. On almost every SMP, that's when things start falling apart. Players get elytras, goals disappear, and the server slowly fades out.
Now, I can't really argue against this point without repeating what I just said, and also Prism could very likely be using evidence from personal experience, where an SMP he was on fell off because the dragon was slain and members lost interest. And that is a valid point to put out there because it was something that he or maybe someone else personally experienced playing the game. There isn't a lot to criticize in this small part of the video, but something I can criticize is the misrepresentation of an example that he uses.
Even the Dream SMP, one of the biggest Minecraft servers ever, delayed killing the Ender Dragon until the very end of the server's lifespan. When it finally died, the story was over.
You can't really compare the Dream SMP to an average SMP because the Dream SMP is primarily a story-based content server. Sure, a lot of the players did normal survival Minecraft stuff, but what drove the popularity of the server was the story, and the end just being this unknown place between the players was just part of that story. I also want to point something out here. He says,
when it finally died, the story was over.
Now, when you analyze that sentence, it is true the dragon marked the end of the SMP, but if you know the context of the server ending, this is very misleading. Because the Dream SMP lost its popularity because the players were no longer interested in playing or making content for the server. The dragon wasn't a contributing factor to the end, it was just one of the effects of the players ending the server. It really had nothing to do with the server closing. This is basic paltering, where you deliberately use truthful statements to mislead someone into an incorrect conclusion. The comments aren't a complete echo chamber of Prism's thesis. Some people put the obvious example of Hermitcraft being a direct counterexample to the video, but overall, why should we care? Why should we care about the importance of a boss fight that can be easily cheesed with mattresses? Well, I think this video spreads negativity in two ways. The obvious one is making players believe that Minecraft has nothing to offer post Ender Dragon. We already established this throughout the entire video. But the second one is more about the bigger implications the video gives off. The video seems to demonize the 2-week Minecraft phase where you have to keep the SMP alive and you gotta play the game consistently, and locking yourself out of the end and its content is just a necessary step in order to do so, but why should we care that someone's a long-term player? Don't get me wrong, being in a long-lasting SMP and creating my own goals in my survival world is fun, but there isn't anything wrong with playing a game, dropping it, and then picking it back up again. In fact, that's what a lot of people do with games, myself included. I remember religiously playing a game for a while and then moving on to something else. To be a fan of Minecraft, you don't need a long-term world or to play every single day. You just need to enjoy it, and it's fine if you take breaks. There's nothing wrong with the 2-week Minecraft phase, and in fact, I would argue it's healthy because it prevents burnout. I'm sure that Prism didn't intend for this message in his video, but it is something I picked up on while watching. And even if the latter message is redundant, you still have to admit that his take that the Ender Dragon just making Minecraft not fun anymore just doesn't make any sense at all. So if you want to play Minecraft for just 2 weeks, go ahead. But just know that there's more to the game than just the road towards the dragon.